By gum, I enjoyed that.
It sounded like it.
You can wear this if you like, it's dry.
I'll wear something else. We should have sent it to the laundry and sent Hilda the bill.
You know how to keep an argument going, don't you?
I have not even started yet. She is going to live to rue the day she started her funny work with me.
If I were you, I'd be totally disdainful to Hilda. I mean, it's much more effective than common abuse.
Oh, come on, Suze. You weren't exactly disdainful to Yvonne Shaw last week, were you? I mean, you can't call pinning someone up against Woolly's window being disdainful, then threatening to knock a block off if she so much as looked at Nick Partington again.
Charming. How the younger generation live.
Yeah. Well, now I've made my position clear, I'll be completely disdainful to her in the future.
And that is exactly what I'll be with Hilda, when I've had her guts for garters. Oh, no! Oh, no! Hilda, stop that racket now!
Stop hammering on my wall!
Turn that radio off now!
I'll do what I like in my own house.
And I can hammer on my wall!
Hey, kid, you know when you came to live here, did you contemplate this sort of thing? Because I didn't.
Do you reckon we could get a rent rebate on account of we living with a maniac?
And next door to one.
I'm warning you, Hilda!
Stop your banging!
What's going on here? Stanley?
What do you think you're doing, Eddie Yates? Who said you could come waltzing in here and do that?
Well, it looked, Mrs. O, as if you'd come to what they call an impasse. That right, Stanley?
It's like living in a dustbin with people throwing bricks at you. I think I'm losing my reason.
They are, even if it's only for his sake.
He lost his reason years ago. That's if ever he had any in the first place. Now look, out of my way. I'm not having her next door telling me how loud I can play my wireless in my own home.
I think this is a decision for the head of the household.
You're talking to her. Now out of my way, else I'll kick your ankles.
Stanley?
Hilda, if you touch that wireless,
You what?
Well, I'll think of something.
Yeah, something pretty diabolical, eh, Stan?
Now look, out of my way. I'll count to 3. 1, 2...
Oh, go on, make a fool of yourself.
What did you say?
I said, go on, switch it on if you want to carry on making a fool of yourself.
Well, how do you reckon I'm doing that?
By playing a game, Elsie-Howard's. Why not be dignified? Stand aloof. Let her do all the ranting and raving. You keep your cool. I mean, turn the other cheek if necessary. Then she'll be covered with confusion. She'll find she's beating out of thin air.
Turn the other cheek, eh?
Yeah. That right, Stan?
Well, give it a try, love. It's worth a try.
No, it's not, you know.
What?
Because I've been turning the other cheek all my life. And you know what happens when you turn the other cheek, don't you? You get 2 black eyes instead of 1. No, when other folks start turning the other cheek a bit more, I'll do the same.
That is a very unchristian point of view, that, Hilda.
Don't you talk to me about Christianity, Eddie Yates. Christians don't spend their lives wondering how they can con folk. Or wondering how they can get out of working for a living. Or go about dressed up to the nines like a flaming walking man-trap. No, you have to look after number 1 in this world. And that's just what I intend to do, especially where Mae West next door's concerned.
Yeah, it's perfect right to bring a friend. Bring half a dozen if you like. Oh, that's all right. I think we can cope with that. They're a very friendly lot. Good. I'll see you about 6 o'clock then. Yes, I'll be around all evening. Okay, about 6. Bye.
Who was that?
How's young Philippa?
Oh, no, what does she want?
She wants to know if it's all right if she brings a friend to the disco.
Oh, she does she?
Tell me something, Uncle Albert.
What?
Why are you so desperate to see me married off?
Which as I am.
Oh, come on. Hardly a day goes past without you making some derogatory remark about my single state. Like I'm wasting my life and why don't I settle down, things like that.
Well, I'm just thinking about the future when I'm not here to look after you.
Oh, I see.
You see, a fella needs a woman to look after.
Well, you've managed for a long time without one.
Well, that's because I'm what they call self-reliant. Part of my army training, that, you know. You learn to be self-reliant when you spend 4 days in no man's land with nobbed to dead horse for company.
That's a new one. I've not heard that story before.
A lot you haven't heard.
Tell me something, Uncle Albert.
What?
How long were you actually in the army?
3 years, give or take a day or two.
You see, now, that's about, what, about 1,000 days, give or take a day or two?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
And something highly dramatic happened to you on every single day? It's amazing.
You calling me a liar?
Mercy, no. But about this other matter.
What does it matter?
About you trying to get me married off. Don't you think there's just, a little bit of self-interest involved?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, like any wife I might take unto myself might also make your reclining years a mite more comfortable, like Val did.
Rubbish. You keep on saying that, but it's rubbish.
And also, it might be better if she were uncluttered with children, like Philippa.
Rubbish.
That's why you've gone off Sally all of a sudden, isn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Talk about claiming the Fifth Amendment.
No.
Anyway, for your information, your matchmaking has not gone unsuccessful. I happen to rather like Sally, divorced or not, and I certainly like Philippa.
Oh, I hope you'll all be very happy together.
Hello. Can I pay for my papers?
Wonders never cease. Have you come up on pools, Hilda?
Pardon?
You, same for your papers. It's an event.
Oh, it's 8 weeks, Mrs. Ogden. £7.50.
See what I mean?
Tell me, do you insult all your customers?
No, only then we don't pay me very often and disturb me peace and quiet with the public squabblings.
Oh, well, takes two to tango, doesn't it?
True.
Have you any of those little paper handkerchiefs in packets, please?
Yeah, I think so. You're not working?
No, I took the morning off. I've just come back from the doctor's.
Now it's serious.
No, I caught a bit of chill over a week ago, and I think it's gone to my stomach or something.
Oh, there's naught worse in this weather than feeling under par, is there?
I can think of one thing a lot worse.
You referring to me, Mrs. Howard?
I wasn't even speaking to you, Hilda.
I've chucked all that bread back where it belongs, you know.
And I've chucked it all back again.
Hilda, don't you go bursting a gut in here. We've just got that floor.
Blaming woman, I'll swing for her, yes.
Do you think it's all worth it, Mrs. Ogden?
What? Well, all this aggravation, all this rowing.
She enjoys every minute of it, don't you, Hilda? To her, it's like getting the kiss of life from a brandy drinker.
Look, I'll tell you something, Mrs. Fairclough. You and Elsie-Hilda have got a lot more in common than just your husband.
Hilda?
Look, like I was saying, don't you think it'd be better to try and live in peace and harmony with your neighbours?
Well, I do. It's not me what causes all the trouble. Oh, you don't know what it's been like living next door to that woman all these years. Been purgatory. Fellas. Yanks. My Stan nearly got murdered by one of her Yanks, you know.
Did he? Who didn't know that?
Oh, yes. Having her for a neighbour's ruined the quality of life for me and Stan. I would never have considered moving to that street if I'd known then what I know now. Still, you don't, do you? Till it's too late.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
Do you know she really believes that?
I mean, it must be a bit difficult, mustn't it, having Elsie for a neighbour? I mean, well, she's a fairly colourful personality, isn't she? And then there's them two girls. Well, they're not exactly door mice, are they?
Do you know, you've convinced me. It's all Elsie's fault. Hilda is the completely innocent bystander.
Wouldn't take much to convince you of that.
Me? I'm impartial.
Says you.
That was young Philippa again. Her friend can't come with her. She's just wondering if she'd be all right on her own. Quite natural, I suppose.
The funny thing about women, you know,
Go on, what is?
they're never short of an excuse for keeping in touch with you.
Oh, yeah. That's one of your profound, uncontrovertible truths, is it, Uncle Albert? Born of 80 years of experience in peace and war.
You can scoff as much as you like, but it's still true.
Yes, but that was young Philippa, not Sally.
The same thing. Lassies turn into women 10 years earlier than what lads turn into men.
What?
Be quiet. Oh, you mean the galloping herper next door? It's not us, she's... Oh. Turn it off, Hilda! Where are you going?
I can't stand it anymore, Gail. I'm going to Rovers for my dinner.
But we're the age that can stand noise. It's food and drink to us.
So I've just grown out of it.
Yeah, me too.
Where are you two off to? Our friendly neighbourhood Notter is at it again.
As soon as we came in, we can't stand it. If it will help you kill her if you want.
So if we decide that is the only solution, we're in the Rovers.
Hello. Elsie, I said hello.
Oh, hello. I didn't hear you.
I'm not surprised with that flipping racket going
Oh,
on.
yes? What racket is that?
Why don't you stop it?
Well, go on, you try it. Have a go yourself. Go on.
Hilda, pack it in for heaven's sake. We can't hear ourselves talk here. How long's that been going on?
Oh, forever. That's what coming to having a neighbour like Hilda Ogden. Aren't I lucky?
What are you going to do about it?
Oh, look, I've tried everything. I've tried confrontation, I've tried tit for tat, but it runs off Hilda's back like a water off a duck's. The only thing I'm working on now is the theory that she herself will eventually get fed up with the racket.
You are getting very reasonable in your old age, aren't you?
Pardon? What did you say?
I said you're getting very reasonable, aren't you?
Are you insinuating that I'm past playing Hilda at her own game?
I didn't say that, did
Well,
I?
I'll show you whether I'm past it or not. I'll stop a tap for good, I will.
Where are you going?
Show you.
Elsie! Come have me dinner in peace.
Did you say something?
Oh, never mind.
It's not Eddie Yates on the counter yet.
All right, where is she?
Did you do that? Did you just switch that wireless off?
Well, he didn't switch himself off, Hilda.
This is my home, Mrs.
Yes,
Howard.
and that is mine next door.
I repeat, this is my home, and as far as I know, nobody's invited you into it, have they, Stanley?
Oh, no, Chuck, no.
Right, so will you kindly leave before I forget I'm a lady and do you a serious injury?
Oh, aye, you and how many flaming others, Hilda?
Just me, that's all. Just me.
All right, come on and try it. Come on, I'm waiting.
Hang on. Oh, pack it in the pair of you, will you?
Come on, Hilda, I'm waiting.
Elsie.
Look, it's nothing to do with you, Len. Nothing to
No,
do
nobody invited you in here,
I
either.
told you, nothing to do with you, and I'm still waiting, Hilda.
This is my house, and I'm having my dinner, and I'll have it in peace and quiet without two flaming winds shouting round my head.
Well said, Stanley.
Look, she just marched in here and turned that wireless off without so much as a by your leave.
A good job, too.
Here, here.
Oh, I see. You're against me and all, are you? My own husband.
I'm not against you or anything, all this argy-bargy. And no man would in his own house.
I think you behave like a model of patience,
Look,
Stanley.
this is
Yes,
not
really.
funny, Len, and there'd be no argy-bargy if you'd stop playing your flaming radio
Well, if
so
she
loud.
hadn't chucked all her rubbish over in my backyard.
Who's talking? You've all but ruined the flaming blouse with your black muck from your carpet.
Well, what's one blouse to you? You got more blouses than a discount warehouse. And we all know why, don't we? Not that it seems to be doing you much good these days.
Now, listen to
Hilda,
what?
turn it up.
Look, why don't you just take this to arbitration?
This is not Grunwick, Len.
That's a damn sight more serious.
I'm talking about just sitting round a table to find out who was the cause of it.
Yes, she was.
chucking
But
her
then
Oh,
Mrs.
will you
Allen
Shut up, for heaven's sake.
over
Why
there.
don't you just sit down over a cup of tea and then you'll find it was just a storm in a teacup.
That's a good idea. And you sit between them. You know, act as referee.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Since you suddenly seem to fancy yourself as a Jack Jones.
You women, you're all the blooming same.
Now, how can you say that, Albert, when what you see before you right this minute contradicts that statement? No way am I like Mavis. Well, here and there.
Well, I wish you wouldn't sound as if you're thankful you're not like me.
But I am thankful.
You're just a lot of blooming schemers. None of you can think straight. You know, you've got minds like crazy paving when you men are concerned, and you're just like guy folks when a fella comes along. You're almost plotting to get your hooks into him.
You've not been the victim of a scheming woman, have you, Mr. Tatlow?
I think he has. I mean, all that bitterness, it can only be the results of a very unhappy experience. Hey, it's not that Mrs. Johnson out of Pearl Street, is it? I heard she was chalking Rona loves Albert on Red Wreck Wall.
What, Mrs. Johnson?
Oh, you know her very well, Mr. Tatlock. A busy little body full of life.
With a very dirty laugh. Hey, I bet she's a goer, Albert.
I don't know what the heck you're talking about. But on your own, it's just a smokescreen because you don't want to talk about yourselves and your crazy paving minds.
Hey, I bet them toffees you bought her for Mrs. Johnson now. Hey, you don't think he's jealous of Ken's latest lady friend here?
I understand he's all for it.
Oh, you know what old folk are like. I mean, they're like children. They change their mind quicker than weather. Well, if it isn't that chap I married in a moment of total insanity.
Tip from you to give us a cup of tea.
Oh, I'll get it. I was going to brew up anyway.
Oh, so were you?
I only got myself mixed up in that fracas between Hilda and Elsie, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. How did that happen?
It's a long story.
It usually is with Elsie.
Ah, don't you start, will you? I thought you were as sick of it as I am.
Well, I could do without squabbling neighbours. Who can't? So, what happened?
Well, they asked me to act as a sort of an intermediary, in my capacity as a counsellor, of course.
Not in your capacity as a partial ex-boyfriend of
I was
Elsie's.
very impartial, I love, you know.
About as impartial as me. And? Did you sort it all out?
Well, in a way, yeah.
What way exactly?
I said if they didn't sort it out between them, I'd knock their bloody heads together.
That's my husband. About as subtle as an elephant with clogs on.
Well, it worked. I think.
Hello, anybody at home?
Lover boy.
We're up here, Steve.
We are, but you can't come up. We do not entertain in the bedroom, especially you.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, Luke, he's either gone all red and lustful already.
Hey, I've not.
Thanks for your Valentine, by the way.
Oh, did you get it?
Of course she got it. She's another bit sigh over it all day. In fact, the printer's fairies through her hot little breasts.
Have you thanked him for yours?
Mine? Oh, it's from Nick Partington. It wasn't, was it?
Well, I did send you one, as a matter of fact, Susie.
How did you know?
Only Steve would send one that mushy. Certainly not Nick Partington, who fancies Yvonne Shaw anyway.
He does not. I'm very annoyed with you, Stevie. I thought I'd cracked you with Nick Partington. As it is, I'll have to rethink my whole life and wear those rotten irons for another flaming week.
I'm not annoyed, Steve. It was a very nice Valentine. Did you get mine?
I did, yeah, thanks.
Thanks for yours.
Oh, God, I can't stand this. Look, if I leave you two on your own for 5 minutes, can you sort something out between you one way or the other?
What does she mean exactly?
Don't you know? I do.
She says some pretty incomprehensible things sometimes, doesn't she?
Clear as crystal to me.
Yeah, well, I'm late as it is for me. I only dropped in to say hello. I'll see you.
Ken, your visitor's here. Come in. He won't be long. He's just having a wash of the shave. Better sit yourself down a minute.
He uses aftershave, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he does.
I noticed it the other night. Charisma, isn't it?
Oh, I wouldn't know that.
Yes, it is. A friend of mine, Dad's, uses it, and she came to school with some mum one day and tried to kiss us all. It was expensive scent.
Did she?
I don't suppose you use aftershave.
No, I don't.
My Dad didn't either. At least I don't think he did. I can't remember. Well, I was only 7 when my mum divorced him.
Oh, and how old are you now?
Nearly 13. Just an in-between, so my mother says. Do you remember being 13?
Yeah, I remember it well.
Did you like being 13? I don't.
Well, let's say I like being 13 better than I like being 81.
Is that how old you are? 81?
I am.
Do you remember the Kaiser?
He is the Kaiser, aren't you, Uncle Albert?
We're having an intelligent conversation.
That was a joke, wasn't it, Mr. Barlow?
Oh, no, as a matter of fact, it wasn't. There are people who actually do believe that Uncle Albert really is the Kaiser, the same stocky little build and an obsession with war.
You are funny.
Wish I could agree with you. Yes, I must be off. Legion's annual meeting. I'll be back about 10.
Right.
Bye, Mr. Tatler. Hope to see you again sometime.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, would you like a toffee?
Oh, thanks very much.
Be good.
Bit grumpy, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a bit.
I suppose it's his fantastic age, 81.
Imagine me at 81.
Would you like to live till you're that old?
Well, if I'm as hale and hearty as Uncle Albert is, yes, I would.
I don't think I would. There's so many things to get you down, aren't there?
What, at your age?
Especially at my age.
Like what?
Spots, for instance.
Spots?
They always seem to come at weekends, especially when I want to be looking my best, usually on my chin.
Oh, it's a cruel world.
Now you're pulling my leg.
Sorry.
You do it a lot, don't you?
I'll try to watch it in future.
I don't mind. I like your aftershave, by the way.
Thank you.
I noticed it the other night.
You don't think it's perhaps a bit too strong?
Inadequate sufficiency, as Mummy says.
What about my aftershave?
Mm.
Oh, fancy.
She's been very happy recently, Mummy. Don't you think?
Well, isn't she usually?
No.
Oh.
I've been thinking about the youth club tonight.
Yeah.
I think I should just go on my own. Then nobody will think I'm somebody special.
Oh, does it matter?
Kids can be funny. You know, like, who does she think she is and that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
It can be very awkward at times.
I suppose so.
It'll be all right, though, once I got to know me.
What will?
To tell them who I am.
And who are you?
Well, that depends, doesn't it? And what happens to you and Mum? I hope something does. Be very nice, wouldn't it, for everybody? I'll call back and tell you how I got on.
I thought your mother didn't like you going off to discos on your own.
I'm nearly 13. I like it. Bye.
Bye.
Everything back to normal, I see. Stanley snoozing by the fire, and you reflecting on how kind life's been to you. Is this bit of cake on gas? Ta. Oh, it's lovely, darling. Do you make it yourself? It's just like my mum used to make.
I think I'm being had for a mug.
Don't start that again.
Pardon? Did you speak then, Stanley? Do you know I didn't see his lips move?
I mean, Len Fairclough's the last person to negotiate between me and Elsie-Howard. He's bound to take her side. She's been his doxy since the year dot.
Belt up, Hilda.
There he goes again.
Call it a day, he says. Start afresh. Well, she would agree to that, wouldn't she? She's not the grieving party, I am.
Hilda.
Do you know you two have been so close together for so long, you can talk to each other even when one of you's asleep? Truly amazing.
Belt up, Yates.
Shut up, Petty.
Sorry.
I still say I'm being had for a mug.
Oh, hello. She's over there.
She's gone on her own.
Yeah, she just doesn't want to be thought anything special.
That girl.
Yeah, she's quite a girl.
Chip off the old block.
What, yours or...?
There's a lot of Terry in her.
Oh, that's only natural. Are you stopping?
Are you asking?
Yes.
I'm stopping.
Relax, sit down. Like a drink?
Please.
Philippa said she'd call back here anyway.
I suppose she made herself at home, as usual.
Oh, yes. Yeah, she even got round Uncle Albert. He offered her a sweet.
Am I still in his bad books?
Well, if you are, he'll soon get over it.
Similar syndrome, really.
What is?
Well, your uncle wanting a settled life for you and...
And for himself.
And Philippa.
Wanting a father?
You guessing, or being perceptive, or has she said something?
Well, you know, obliquely. Very obliquely. She has this knack of sort of weighing you up as if you're some sort of package. Or maybe I'm being a bit arrogant.
No, you're not. She's done it before. Any man who doesn't eat with his fingers is an immediate possibility for me and for her.
Does she miss her father?
I don't think so. Not him as such. It's
More
just
the
that
father figure.
all her friends have fathers, so why not her? And of course she's an incredible romantic. But I hope
What?
it hasn't made you twitch a bit.
Not in the least.
Good, because I like seeing you.
Mutual.
It'll all end in tears, but classic Coronation Street returns tomorrow here on Granada Plus at the same time. That's 6:30. Coming up next, a drunken bank robber and a police station full of personal problems, all for Maggie Forbes to deal with in The Gentle Touch.